Morning students, in this lecture we discuss with the dimensions, okay, the dimension of a physical quantity. What is the dimension of a physical quantity? The dimensions of a physical quantity are the powers. Once again, dimensions of a physical quantity are the powers. In short, dimensions are the powers, okay, to which the fundamental quantities. There are 7 fundamental quantities, as you know, are said to be raised. Okay, once again, dimensions of a physical quantity are the powers to which the fundamental quantities are said to be raised. Okay, for example, area is equal to meter square. Then meter is the fundamental quantity length. Okay, length is measured in meter and length is fundamental quantity. So it is raised by a power of 2. This means area is two-dimensional quantity. It has dimension 2. Okay. Similarly, for volume, we have length into breadth into height. All are lengths. Okay. Then the cube of meter we have. In this way, the dimension of volume is 3. It means volume is a 3-dimensional quantity and area is a 2-dimensional quantity. By the power, we get the dimension of physical quantity. Okay. Now, dimensional formula. What is dimensional formula? This is the expression which shows that which of the fundamental quantity and with what power, which of fundamental quantity and with what power enter into derived unit. There are 2 types of unit. One is fundamental unit and another is derived unit. Derived units are derived by the multiplication or division of fundamental units. Okay, is called dimensional formula. Once again, expression which shows that which of fundamental quantity and with what power enter into derived unit is called dimensional formula. Okay. For example, dimensional formula of area. In area, we have meter square means square of length, and length fundamental quantity is represented by L. So L square in big bracket represent dimensional formula of area. This also be written as M0 L square T0 because area is independent of mass and time. So M to the power 0 and to T to the power 0, it means 1. That means L square. Okay. Now come to the principle of homogeneity. What is the principle of homogeneity? According to this principle, dimensions of fundamental quantities on two sides of a physical relation. Physical relation means one equation one formula must be same. It means dimensions on LHS left hand side is equal to dimensions on RHS. Okay. For example, if m to the power a, l to the power b and t to the power c, mass is a fundamental unit, fundamental quantity represented by m, length fundamental quantity represented by l, time is fundamental quantity represented by t. So they have the dimension a, b and c equal to m to the power x, l to the power y, t to the power z. Then according to principle of homogeneity, a is equal to x, b is equal to y, c is equal to z. Then this relation is true, otherwise not. Okay. Now something for you, different types of variable and constant. There are two types of variable and two types of constant. So first constant, one is dimensional constant, the constant which have dimensions. There are many constants which have dimension. For example, universal gravitational constant capital G, Coulomb constant or electrostatic constant K, both have dimensions. Okay, so they are dimensional constant. Second is dimensionless constant, the constant which have no dimension. Numbers are the constant with no dimensions. Pi, e, these are the example of dimensionless constant. Okay, they have no dimensions. Okay, and the values are fixed for constant. Now the dimensional variable. There are many dimensional variables, for example, area, volume, force, velocity, speed, momentum, etc. Dimensionless variables. The dimensionless variables are angle, strain. Angle has no dimension because it is a ratio. Similarly, strain has no dimension. It is also a ratio. Okay. So, these are the four types. Now, the applications of dimensional analysis or analysis. Okay. There are three applications. How many? Three applications. Okay, the first application is conversion of one system of units to another system. Okay, and the second application is to check the correctness of a given physical relation. It means equation or formula. Okay, and the third one is to derive the relationship among various physical quantities. It means derive a physical relation or derive a formula. Okay, so we take the first application. The first application is conversion of one system of units to another system. Okay, for this we have a physical quantity that is denoted by x equal to n into u, because as you know that a physical quantity represented with the help of two things. The two things, always remember this, two things, one is numerical value and another is unit. Once again, one is numerical value and another is unit, are required to represent a physical quantity. Two things are required to represent a physical quantity. So we have x is equal to n into u. Okay. Now let m1, L1 and T1 be the fundamental units in one system of units, and A, B and C are the dimensions, means powers of mass, length and time respectively, for mass A, for length B, for time C. Okay, so in one system of units, for students there is no need to write this. You can write from this to this. First you write x is equal to nu, then you can write in one system of unit x is equal to this and this. Okay, so in one system of units, x is equal to n1 u1, means numerical value is n1 and unit is u1. Now this unit is represented in terms of mass, length and time. So x is equal to n1 into m1, L1, T1 to the power A, B and C. This is equation 1. Similarly, in another system of units, we have x is equal to n2 is the numerical value and u2 is the unit. This unit is represented as this. So we have x is equal to n2 m to the power a, l to the power b, t to the power c. Equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2, as you can see that LHS is same, physical quantity is same. So from equation 1 and 2, we have n2 into m to the power a, l to the power b, t to the power c is equal to n1 m to the power a, m1 to the power a, L1 to the power b, T1 to the power c. Okay. Now, if we want to determine n2, the numerical value in second system of unit, in another system of unit, we have n1, the value in one system of unit, and we want to determine in another system of unit. So n2 we have on this side and all goes to another side. So n1, and this m2 goes with m1 to the power a, l2 goes with l1 to the power b, and t2 goes with t1 to the power c. Now by putting the value, you can determine, you can find the numerical value of a physical quantity in another system of unit from one system of unit. Okay, this is the required formula. Okay.